What I'm going to talk to you this morning about is BlephEx. Many of you have already heard about BlephEx. Many of you maybe haven't. We're going to fix that this morning. BlephEx, a simple treatment for what really is a simple disease. I'm Dr. James Reinerson. I was in practice for about 20 years, focused mainly on cataract and LASIK surgery. And over those 20 years became frustrated, as many of the doctors have been, with the current treatment modalities at that time of dry eye and blepharitis. And out of that frustration, BlephEx was born. Now, in summary, BlephEx is the first and only electromechanical lid debridement system, 3,000 sold so far worldwide without the use of any sales team. MDs and ODs can now perform an in-office microblepharoexfoliation procedure. We use the razor blade business model with a nice disposable. You repeat it every 4 to 6 months, so it's similar to a dental cleaning, and it's a private pay procedure. Now, dry eye historically has been very poorly understood. There's a lot of dogma that still hangs on that says that dry eye disease is complex and confusing. Few really effective treatment modalities exist. The missing link in understanding dry eye disease is biofilm. Bacteria produce biofilm. That's how they live in nature. And BlephEx removes biofilm. And this removes the source of inflammation. Now, biofilm, it's a sticky polysaccharide. All bacteria in nature produce biofilms. In fact, they don't live outside of a biofilm. They would not survive. A biofilm is like this fortress on a hill. It's impenetrable. Bacteria cannot be touched once they're within their fortress. The picture on your right shows a biofilm on an eyelid margin. Now, this biofilm resists all methods of removal except BlephEx. It's also impenetrable to antibiotics, white cells, and surgical scrubs. Now, the biofilm allows the bacteria to increase their numbers, they increase their densities. This allows for quorum-sensing gene activation to occur. Well, what's that? Well, when the bacteria reach a certain quorum, genes that are lying there dormant, they activate, and they begin producing virulence factors. And just an example of some of those toxins they produce, the toxin responsible for toxic shock syndrome, scalded skin syndrome, food poisoning, many enzymes are then produced, and a lot of cytolytic toxins. All these toxins these bacteria are now producing are very, very inflammatory. So what's the solution? The solution is BlephEx, a handheld device doctors use to finally remove decades of accumulated biofilm and virulence factors from the lid margin. We were fortunate to be selected or nominated for Product of the Year 2 years in a row over in the UK. And BlephEx is very effective. Removal of the biofilm removes the virulence factors. Here's a slide of a patient that was treated by Dr. Henry Perry up in Long Island. So no biofilm, no inflammation, healthy tear glands. We have several clinical studies that are out now. All the studies I'm going to mention are non-solicited and non-funded. We had a first study that was done by Rosenberg School of Optometry, which showed a tear breakup time increase of 60% after just one treatment, measured 4 weeks later. A second study put together by Dr. Alice Petropoulos showed a 66% increase in tear breakup time after just one treatment, measured on average 4 weeks later. Is BlephEx a solution for contact lens intolerance? Well, we had another study that came out sometime last year that showed a 59% conversion of symptomatic contact lens wearers to asymptomatic after just one BlephEx treatment. And here's that study performed over in Australia. So there's even more proof that BlephEx works. Another study that came out that showed after one BlephEx treatment, a positive MMP9 test was converted to negative in 100% of their patients in this study. So a recent study by Dr. Zaldivar in Argentina proved BlephEx treatment improved lipid layer and vision. And we have 3 prospective studies underway at Nassau University and 2 prospective underway at Johns Hopkins University. So doctors love BlephEx. They spend 10% of their time on dry eye disease, but historically only got 2% of their revenue from dry eye. Now doctors can easily add over $200,000 to their revenue stream with this brand new treatment modality. Patients love BlephEx. They actually save money. Now it's private pay, so it's out of pocket. But in the grand scheme of things, they actually save money because they're getting this treatment done maybe 3 times a year. once they're healthy, maybe 2 times a year, and ends up being less than a lot of the different treatment modalities that we have currently. LashCam is a product we developed to help doctors show the patient their biofilm on their lids. So seeing is believing. The doctor uses this handheld Wi-Fi microscope camera to show patients in real time what their lids look like. It was used to take this picture. It shows Demodex. So once the biofilm is removed, now Demodex is vulnerable to any kind of a tea tree oil or other treatment. We also developed a certified lid hygienist program. We can turn technicians into certified lid hygienists to speed up patient flow. We have leading KOLs throughout the country, and we're becoming universally accepted all over the world. So I'm not going to bore you with the math. We know that dry eye is a huge market. Our goal is to capture 10% of a $7.8 billion market in 3 to 4 years. We have very strong intellectual property. A recent IPR decision in our favor validated every claim in our patent. So effective lid hygiene is now in the hands of the doctors, and that's where it should have been all along. Thank you very much.